last name for your show? This is all real silver?
Yep, this is all real silver.
Okay. Runners Cameron Diaz, welcome to pedroTV and welcome to the Chrissie Cotter Art Gallery in Camperdown, Sydney. It's a great pleasure to introduce Melanie Foster. How are you?
Good.
That's good, isn't it? Melanie's got a solo show here called Real Silver. Would you like to talk about the title and how it relates to the work?
Real silver, yes. Well, actually, when I first came up with that title, it was a working title because I was going to first of all have this show with a friend who works with alternative methods of photography, which is the same as me. And so we were kind of juggling up a whole lot of different words and ideas to do with photographs, to do with the process of making photos, to do with alternative process of making photos. So the real was meaning like a reel of film, and the silver was relating to something that gets used within photographic printing process.
Silver emulsion?
Emulsion, yeah.
Old-fashioned.
Yeah, exactly.
Which you don't do if you do. Oh, you do a little or?
Yes, well, all of those prints, the photographs, I did those in the dark room to begin with, but the blown up ones you see there, they were printed at a pro lab. Yes, so that's how I kind of derived from that, and then also the screen printing is done with photographic emulsion as well, so it was just a play with words.
Okay, we'll talk about the works, this work soon. I just want to, again, go back to the theme, beauty and destruction. Maybe we'll touch on it with the other works, but I want to briefly talk about how this relates.
Yeah, okay. Well, basically I'm really into decaying environments, urban, rundown, ruins kind of places, which I actually find quite beautiful myself, and strangely I really love Parramatta Road, and I'm always looking around for kind of run-down, industrial looking sites.
But then placing subjects in and
placing subjects in there and just trying to play around with the ideas of what is known as being typically beautiful or ugly.
In architecture or
and
people?
In both, actually, and then like placing those two things together into one environment. I was grabbing all of these beautiful women. They're all quite alternative girls from around the inner west. I guess me being someone that lives in that area, I just was drawn to quite a few of these characters, some of which are my friends.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. Do you ever walk down the street, see someone and go up and say, you know, you're interested in being a subject?
Yeah, not very often, but I have done that. I was at the Courtney one night, and there's a girl that I see there all the time. She must be a regular as well. She's always, I think it's her creative outlet is to just dress up quite crazy and really interesting and makeup and all this stuff. So I think that's her, and there's a couple of others that I've approached.
Okay, good. Great. You can't rely on all your friends all the time, can you?
No, I'm lucky to have young, beautiful friends, but...
Okay, so we're walking down into the sort of main gallery, Chrissie Cotter. Here are more black and white, multiple exposure. And how do these relate to the theme of beauty and destruction?
Well, it's hard to explain. Well, again, they're all taken within places of decay.
Popular island, and you see popular island? It's very decayed.
Yeah, and I remember the first time I actually ever went to Cotter filming an island a few years ago, and I just made up my mind right there that an artwork had to be made on the island, and wasn't sure how I was going to do it or what was going to happen, but I was very excited about the location, and so when the Biennale's time is on and there's free ferries going back and forth, it was pretty ideal.
So you had your camera? Always had your camera, so you're taking photos, just thinking, I guess it's something else.
Yeah, so constantly I got a Holga camera, so I was shooting 120 film, and it's just a plastic camera with a plastic lens, very
one I like, and it's that sense of beauty and destruction, in a sense that, you know, that's just a spray painting mask someone was using, or...
Yes.
It has a kind of creamy...
A gas mask.
Yeah, there's definitely a strong...
And, you know, it's just all about getting this dark, edgy, rain. I don't want perfect photographs, so I'm not really never about that, but just getting this kind of darker underground feel to it, and graffiti as well.
Yeah.
These things are often things that just keep
Okay, so you run the graffiti on top of the wall through the body. It's not...
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and one thing that I quite like with what happened here is being in a multiple exposure, it gets very translucent and it can look a bit etched on the pictures, but here, because it was dark, it's become almost like a clear photograph where the two arms have crossed over. Because it's the same girl.
Now this one I know when it's just taken. I know when it's just taken. So I recognise this thing, the star glass thing, and the Alpha House brickwork.
Yes. I'm not saying for all alphas, I'm not saying that it's a place of decay.
Yeah.
It's a place of beauty. It's great.
So we've got time. So again, this is beautiful. I really just think Janet's will have a very
Yeah, this one is really like the classic Newtown shot.
Kelly's Cafe or Irish Hotel.
Yeah, and it's like there's so many. I mean, when I look at this picture as an outsider, you'd think that the model was actually standing on King Street.
Yeah, you do, and you just think you caught reflections in a glass shop window or something.
And it's not at all. She's in Camperdown Park, and I've been shooting on King Street, and then took her around.
Her name's not Janet.
No.
That's a shame. And this one's very dreamy and sort of more ambiguous in a way. You want to talk about this one?
Yeah, the environment that she's been placed in here is St. Peter's, the Backlane Ways around there, which I also really like. I've done some, done a few photo shoots there, and yeah, it's just trying to get that figure in the place where you've got this balance between something kind of alluring going on with the people in the picture, but then this dreamlike, edgy, dark environment, but just trying to mix them together. I just feel like, people in their lives are constantly trying to move forward or attain some level of perfection, something like that. But I just sort of think, oh no, it's sort of what is that? What is perfection? Nothing's really perfect, and we are all imperfect people, and I'm just trying to muck around with these concepts. And
so this is interesting because on your website you're talking about how you like to work with spiritual, physical, cyber.
Yeah, there's all these kind of things going on. I used to work a lot more with that ideas of the online persona and things like that. It's not so much anymore, but more in the physical dimension. But I think spiritual ties go into it as well. People's journeys of life and things like that.
This is an amazing photograph as well. Just a great portrait in a way, like someone looking away, and again, talk about this one.
Yeah, this one also taken at the old tram depot. Also one of my favourites because all the usual themes are running through it, and the graffiti and just the placement of her and the hats kind of flying in over here.
A hat?
Yeah. It's three, and there's one on her head, but then somehow it's just three sticky. Yeah, but again, it's just placing that figure right in and somehow molding amongst it.
Like you're composing, as a
that's
composition,
right.
You've got to work with a nice balance,
Yeah, that's right. With the Holger photos, as much as it is an experiment and you're not sure what's going to happen, you do learn. I've taken so many rolls of film to get to these 7 photographs you see in this exhibition. So you can start, what structures and the lighting and stuff is going to work with what. So, I do the best.
Very good. One more, talking 7, so this is the 7.
Yep.
Again, this is I like this. two girls, and then she's not barely there, but the sunglasses relating strongly. You want to talk?
Yeah, okay, this one was taken in Chippendale. And yeah, this one was actually, this is just the most playful work of the whole lot, and it's kind of the reason why I put it on its own on this wall.
It's got kind of creepy undertones.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether that's some sort of ghost image or because you can't see the body.
You want to know that this one is actually me on the swing, and so it's this
two people swinging their nuts.
Yeah, so this is taking the time where standing in the exact same spot, take the picture at the exact same spot because the swing is also at the exact same thing. So you can just see that the chain.
Yeah, there's only one chain, so you see two chains.
Yeah, so it's just getting the picture. So it's same location, but getting two snaps at in that right frame. So this was actually the very beginning of my idea of doing the multiple exposure series, which is a project I've actually been working on for about 6 months. So that's when I had moved into Alpha House actually, and they had a darkroom there. And I studied photography at university for a few years, and I hadn't used a darkroom for about a decade, and I thought, oh, this is going to be great. Go back in
and just experiment, play around in your own space, dark, and you can just
I loved it. It was actually really therapeutic for me too. Because prior to that, I'd been doing a lot of the screen printing stuff in the studio, and a lot of people around, and a different kind of process. But then once I got back into the dark room, I just found I could put my music on, and it was dark and nobody was around, and I could just spend hours and hours working on these prints, and it was really nice.
With a red light. All that. It's been decades.
It's nice if the dark room's at the place where you live. I could actually work any time of day, so it was nice. You could go in at 10 o'clock at night till midnight or whatever.
No one else was using it?
No, it's perfect. So.
Okay, Bill. So now we're leading on to a video work that we've done. And I always like to stand in front of you just to begin with.
Yep.
We'll stand at the side. No, I always like, the whole shadow in front of me.
Right.
That's what we'll do. So you want to talk about this is this got an actual title, this video?
Yeah, it's called Built on the Rock. Yeah.